to have a chance to beat Dutchtown. The size number just in the school is
triple the enrollment.
But it is what it is. You're here to play, and I'm sure the Tarpons are going to give it their best shot, and hopefully we can have a good game from the Tarpons.
No doubt about that. We're looking forward to getting rolling. We got our coin toss coming in just a second. If you could maybe help me out with some numbers.
Well, I can tell you we got Colby Bruce.
Camden Berg, Carson Ogeron, and
56.
Austin Hendricks for the Tarpons. Captains for the Griffins, Carter Hanberry, Chase Cagnalosi, Caden Mackey, and either Dylan DeChari or Tyler Pitcher. They have 283s. I would imagine it'd be the senior Dylan DeChari. We're ready to rock and roll here on KLEB. So super excited to be here tonight. Playoff action.
Keep an eye on Hanberry.
On film, he's an impressive player, isn't he?
Defense, they put him on offense, Wildcat, and there's a number of backs that they can do to get them the ball, again, out in space, and quarterback does a good job.
For the folks down the bay who are wondering, we were told no relation to the Hanberry family down the bay. The officials of the Hammond Association going through the instructions right now. It looks like the Griffins have won the toss. Let's see if they want the ball or they deferred. They have deferred. So South Lafourche will get the football first. Opportunity for BJ Young to maybe get into his bag of tricks. For a Tarpon offense that has had some success this season. They've moved the ball effectively in most of their games.
Yeah, this first possession could be big for the Tarpons. If you could come out and at least get a couple of first downs and move the chains, give you guys some confidence, knowing that you can play with these guys would be huge for the Tarpons.
The Tarpons will have it first.
Now on film, Dutchtown's been showing a lot of pooch kicks. They don't kick the ball deep. See tonight if they change their plan or if they keep kicking the ball. Tarpon should have good field position if they do a little pooch kick.
Again, apologies to those listening at home. We are in an insulated press box. You're not going to get a whole lot of ambient sound. You're not going to hear much of the crowd. This is going to be hearing us, which probably is not something that the listeners are going to be all that happy about, but that's okay.
Oh, but you're going to be happy if it starts raining.
Yeah, you're right about that. We will be very happy if it starts raining.
I will.
Because we're covered up. In a very nice facility here. 97 is the kicker. That is Cardona, a junior. The Tarpons have a trio back there. I see Terrence Petrie. I see Carson Ogeron. I called that one in pregame. Carson Ogeron back deep. And Titan Alamo. How about that? The playoffs begin. You put your best weapon, your quarterback, back there to catch the kick. He's explosive. We're underway, kicking from left to right. That's going straight out of bounds. The Tarpons are going to get good opening field position as that kickoff was kind of shanked a little bit.
It almost took a good bounce for Dutchtown and bounced back toward the field, but it went out of bounds. That's, again, a little pooch kick. They don't kick the ball deep.
So it will be 1st and 10 for South Lafourche, and that's where Carson Ogeron will lead the troops out onto the field. You know, it's always crazy, the people that you meet and the things that you see. The PA guy here at Dutchtown is the uncle of South Terrebonne football coach Aaron Babin, who's a good friend of ours. It was nice to come into the press box here and have somebody who talks like us whenever we get here. 1st and 10 for the Tarpons in a shotgun. Ogeron with Meathead in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Dardar up the middle, driving. Got a couple. If there's anybody from the Dutchtown area listening, we're not insulting 21 when we call him Meathead. That's his chosen That's what he wants to be called, Landon Dardar. 2nd and 7, Tarpons quickly on the ball. And here comes some trickeration, shuffling some personnel. And we have a flag on the play on the Tarpon sideline. BJ Young in pregame spent about 10 minutes talking to the officials about some stuff. And we have a dead ball offsides on the Griffins.
Oh, we'll take it.
So the shuffling of the alignment causes the Tarpons to get 5 free yards, and it'll be 2nd and 2 in the early stages.
Yeah, you knew they would come with some type of trick plays.
They're shuffling around again. Ozier on an empty set, straight drop. We'll throw it down the seam. He's got Berg, a big first down reception across midfield. It's a blue boot bomb and a Golden Motors first down. Carson Ozier on a Camden Berg, dropped at the 48-yard line of the Griffins.
How many times have we seen Berg in the seam?
Every single game this year.
Pass plays.
So the Tarpons on the move in the early stages, trying to strike first. Ozier comes to the hard count, got a little bit of a flinch. 11-13 and counting in the opening quarter, just underway. Trips to the left side of the formation. Ozier, designed quarterback run. It's going to try to bounce outside, gets about a yard, not a whole lot there. Good job by the Griffins defense chasing that one down. I see big number 0 was one of the guys in on the stop. That would be Spears.
And then watching a little film with Dutchtown, they do give up the long ball.
Tell you what, our scout that rode up with us, Rock, said the same thing. Said, if Carson has time to throw, I like the matchups in the secondary. Look how wide the Tarpons are down here in this shotgun formation. They've got Alamo almost standing out of bounds. Ozier will throw it to the sidelines. It's caught, and near the first down sticks, diving forward is Jarvis. So it'll be 3rd and very short. But the Tarpons are on the move.
This is when BJ Young and the offense is at its best, when they can mix the run and the pass, and they're doing a great job so far in this opening drive.
So the Tarpons have it to the Griffins' 39-yard line. Well, they'll play a 3rd and 1. Boy, you're a big underdog on the road. If you could go down the field and score on the first drive, that would be ideal. Still a long way to go. 3rd and 1. They handed to Dardar, picking through the line. He didn't get it. He didn't get anything. A good job by the middle of the Griffins defense that time. Didn't lose yards, but he certainly didn't gain yards, and that'll lead to a 4th and 1. And partner, I just don't know if we'll be able to run it up the middle to get this yard. Might have to do something to the outside.
Yeah, and in the few previous games, Dardar would get the ball and be patient, looking for his hole. Dutchtown's too good up front on defense to do that. You're going to have to go right at him.
Tarpons are coming in an eye. Ozier with the push from the offensive line. He's easily got the first down. A big surge. He's out all the way to the 35. So it's another Golden Motors first down. And South Lafourche getting a big push up front. The old Philadelphia Eagle tush push. Tarpons have killed 3 minutes on this opening drive. They are at the 35-yard line. They've now converted a 4th down.
And I'm sure we're going to see that play illegal maybe next year or the year after.
As a Cowboy fan, knowing that it's something the Eagles do well, yeah, let's go ahead and ban that one. Play action. Ozier rolls out. He's under pressure, flushed out to the right, and he'll just put that one in his pocket and throw it away.
Good decision by Carson. Really didn't have anything there. Defensive end on outside did a great job of containing Carson, not letting him get to the outside.
Got a big listener audience tonight. Getting a couple of text messages on the phone. Thanks to everybody for listening. Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Here it's 2nd and 10 for the Tarpons. In the pistol, Ozier hands it to Dardar, and it's a reverse back to Ozier. They've got a man wide open. Carson loads up, throws it down the field, and it's incomplete. Boy, that one developed late. Initially, Terrence Petrie was wide open, but the Griffins recovered nicely, and then the pass was a little bit overshot. But the Tarpons getting in their bag a little bit.
Well, you can see Dutchtown's speed on defense. He was wide open, but the ball hung up a little bit too long and allowed them to recover.
Yeah, look, whenever I first saw the throwback to Carson, I'm thinking that is an easy touchdown. But you're right, the speed of the Griffins recovering there was remarkable. 3rd and 10, trips to the left. Ozier rolls out to the left. Under pressure, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Big loss back to the 46-yard line. I was just about to say probably 4-down territory for the Tarpons, but on 4th and 21, I think Nicholas Coleman actually may be coming out to punt this ball. Or Carson Ogeron may be punting this ball. We've seen him do that a lot this year as well, out of a shotgun. Yeah, it looks like it'll be Carson punting it. On 4th and 21, he gets it away. High kick that'll bounce at the 13, and it does not take a Tarpon roll. It'll be downed at about the 20. So the Tarpons possess the football and drive it into Griffin territory, but they don't get any points. And with 7:50 to go in the opening quarter, the Griffins will take over possession. It's a little bit of a bummer to go that far and not score. But you let them know, hey, we can move the ball on you.
Look, they're moving and a good job mixing again the run and the pass and trying to get maybe too cute right there where with the trick play really didn't work.
Oquan in the gun. He's got Harvey there with him in the shotgun set. The first snap from center for Dutchtown is a handoff. Nope, Oquan will keep it. And he's going to be hit and stacked up. Good job by the middle of the Tarpon defense. He picked up about 3, but the Tarpons were right there.
Yeah, nice job by the Tarpon front. Forced everything back to the inside where they had help to gang tackle the quarterback.
2nd down and about 6. Ball at the 24-yard line after a nice first down pickup. Harvey stays in the shotgun backfield. They have a bunched up 4-receiver set. Tarpons bring a little pressure here. Hey, they are not. It's a handoff to Harvey. Bounces outside, and he's going to be stopped. But after he gets a first down, there's a flag right in the middle. That's usually in the area of a hold. I'll be honest, I thought the Tarpons jumped off sides, but it certainly wouldn't have been that. They would have called that right out the gate. So we'll await the marker. I know the offense has gone back, which is usually good news for the guys in white. And we have certainly something on Dutchtown, holding. So the flag was in the area of holding. It is a hold, and it'll negate a first down run. One thing you're noticing right away, the Tarpons have a bunch of guys playing both ways tonight. First off, I misspoke. Ja'Kias Cresson is back in the lineup. He's playing tonight. He's gutting it out. But then secondly, Carson Ogeron's out there. He's playing every snap. He has been out there on defense the entire game so far. 2nd and long for Dutchtown. And they'll get 5 of them back because I think Kay Nelson jumped into the neutral zone.
School board update. Ascension Catholic 7, Central Private 0.
Thank you, Coach Rod.
Brought to you by 3T Oil.
We'll be following some action. I know I got some eyes and ears at Vanderbilt and Douglas tonight. I'll give you some scoreboard updates from there as well. We want to thank Abby for the hard work. 2nd and 11. Oquan with Harvey in the gun. Sending a man in motion. Oquan looking to throw. It's a wheel route. It's going to be caught, but the reception will lead the wide receiver to the turf at the 25. So it's a shorter gain than it could have been. The grab is made by Maya, and it'll lead to 3rd and about 5. He was wide open, but the throw was a little wide, and it caused him to lose his balance and fall to the turf.
Yeah, nice catch.
So big play for the Tarpon defense. Can they get off the field here? Oquan coming with the hard count right at the 6-minute mark. Half of the first quarter has already burned by here.
Bubble screen.
Collie thinks a bubble screen is coming. Straight drop and a deep ball. They've got a receiver down there, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Ja'Kias Cresson. The Tarpons, I think, are going to get off the field defensively. Coach Bryce Guidry is on the field, fired up. And the fact that his Tarpons just forced a 3 and out.
Early on, you've seen both offensive coaching staffs coming with a lot of formations thrown at the defensive side of the ball.
If you're the Tarpon special teams, boy, you don't want to jump off sides. You don't want to do anything crazy here. It would be a first down. It's 4th and 4.
Timeout.
Timeout called. The Tarpons are shuffling personnel, and I don't know who called the timeout. Yep, South Lafourche. You didn't have 11 on the field. That has been a season-long issue for the Tarps, getting the right personnel out there. If the ball were closer to, say, a midfield, you would think the Griffins would consider going for it, but from their own 26, they're gonna punt this thing away. Trust their defense. But for a road team and a big underdog, you drive the ball your first drive, you stop them your first drive. Boy, BJ couldn't have scripted it any better than maybe scoring on that first possession. But it's a good start for South Lafourche so far.
Great start for the Tarpons. Just want to see with Carson playing a lot of snaps both ways, if that's going to kind of hinder him on offense a little bit with less running the football.
I say this every week. Carson Orgeron is a Saturday football player, and I sure hope somebody takes a look. He is trying to gut it out in what could be the final game of his career. He's trying to make sure that it's not. The punter standing at his 10-yard line. He gets the snap. Drive kick. It's going to roll down the field and take a nice Griffins roll. It wasn't pretty, but it didn't matter. It was effective. It'll get down to the 36-yard line. The Tarpons will take over there with 5:32 to go in the opening quarter.
He's on the top.
Let's see if the Tarpons can come out again and move the football. That the first series they had was 10 plays, ended up in a punt.
Yeah, drive got killed by the sack. Vanderbilt and Douglas are 0-0. 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T, home of the drive-through oil change. Here, we're about the same point in the game, and we're also scoreless. Tarpons taking over their second possession. Orgeron with Meathead in the backfield. Hands it to Dardar. Picking through the line, falling forward. Didn't have much of a push, but he got about 2 or 3 yards just on sheer effort. Was talking about this last night with some friends of mine. Dardar's a 10th grader. He's got a chance to get 1,000 yards tonight. That young man's got a bright future because he has gotten so much better this season as the year's going on. 5-receiver shotgun set for the Tarpons. Orgeron flushed out to the right and dropped. Boy, some quick pressure came that time from the Griffins. That was, I believe, 45.
Oh, man, they lost.
If it's 45, it's Mason Miles, a junior linebacker. He flew in there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long for South Lafourche now.
Yeah, Tarpons got to be careful on that empty set. No extra block because you know that Dutchtown's going to come and put pressure.
Yeah, shooting in like some missiles out there, man. 3rd and awfully long, about 17, 18 yards for the Tarpons to get here. Orgeron will be flushed out. He's going to throw it as far as he can down the field, and he just puts that one to the sideline. Alamon was in the area, but there was no one open there. That's basically a glorified throwaway, and here comes Nicholas Coleman and the punt team.
This is where the Tarpons have to be careful.
My partner told me in the pregame, Dutchtown is very good at their punt block. It's either Riley or White back deep. They got 2 number 7s listed on the roster. That's how you know you got a big enrollment school when you have multiple kids wearing the same number. Coleman gets it away. It's actually a very nice punt. It's fair caught at the 38-yard line, so the Griffins will take over there.
No, I was watching Coleman in pregame punt. He was booming that ball, and that was a nice punt again.
So the second offensive possession for the Tarpons was not very fruitful. We'll see the second defensive possession as we're now approaching the late stages of the opening quarter. 4:07 to go. O'Quan leading the Griffins out to the field. Harvey will be in the backfield with him. Strong side of the field will be to the right. He's got trips that way, a tight end, and a couple of receivers. Closed up shotgun set. They're going to hand it to Harvey on a sweep. Tarpons try to string it out. Harvey breaking tackles. He's got a first down on first down, taken down at the 49, so gain of about 11 or 12. There were a couple of Tarpons there that got their paws on him about 3-4 yards up the field, but he did a good job keeping those legs moving.
Yeah, Tarpons got to come across the line of scrimmage. Dutchtown does a great job of pulling their guards and tackles, leading up the field for extra blockers on those sweeps.
So they're now at midfield. 1st and 10. O'Quinn checking back to the line of scrimmage. Or checking back to the sideline, rather, before getting the call to the line of scrimmage, what I meant to say. Shuffling some personnel. Straight drop. We'll throw it down the middle, and it's going to be caught. Did he hang on? Yeah, he did. Good grab that time by the wide receiver out to the 35. It's a gain of 15. Sliding to the turf, Logan Maya, a senior receiver.
That's a nice catch over the middle.
Yeah, it was. If O'Quinn hit him in the numbers, he might still be running. 1st and 10. Straight drop for the quarterback. O'Quinn under pressure. Stelter, I think that ball his knee might have come down before the ball got out of his hands. They'll say incomplete, 2nd and 10. I would like to take another look at that one. It looked like his knee might have come down as that ball was coming out. But either way, it's incomplete, and great pressure by Miles Stelter.
Yeah, they tried to get it to Harvey out, kind of in the flats as a safety. Stella did a good job of putting pressure.
2nd and 10. O'Quinn will hand it to Harvey up the middle. He's trying to bounce outside. Nope, gutting through the middle. Not a huge gain. Got about 3 or 4. Good job by the middle of the Tarpon defense. So we have a scoreboard update brought to you by 3T Oil. Vanderbilt has scored. They lead 7-0 over Frederick Douglass. That's the Division II Select playoffs. Here it's 3rd down and about 6. 2:30 in the opening quarter. We're still scoreless. Tarpon's hanging around, trying to get off the field on defense. O'Quinn the gun. The hard count. Shuffling personnel. Tarpons think a lineman flinched, and the officials agree. Boy. From 3rd and 6, it would be 3rd and about 11. That hurts. That is the reason why the guy to my left, Brian Colley, has gray hair. That's why all coaches have gray hair or no hair.
Easy.
As it becomes a much more difficult down and distance now.
Figured it's 4 down territory for Dutchtown here.
Yeah, you would think. O'Quinn will hand it to Harvey on the sweep. There ain't going to be 4 downs, but he's got the first down easily. Bouncing, and he's into the end zone. Harvey will house that one. That is a 36-yard touchdown run, and Dutchtown is on the board first. There's some of that track and field speed that B.J. Young was telling us about on play-by-play. The young man turned the corner, and he was off to the races. No doubt about that one.
Yeah, again, they got out to the sweep, and they got these you got to give credit. The guards and tackles are getting out in front and blocking for him, and showed some speed when he got to the outside.
So we await the extra point try. Our guy Mayo holding it. Snap is a little high, but it gets down. The kick is up, and it appears to be good, and it is. So Dutchtown strikes first. They have taken a 7-0 lead. 1:52 to go in the opening quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute on KLEB.
What's that dude, number 6?
It is a line drive kickoff, and I have no idea what the Tarpons were doing. They just dove on the ball, but you're diving on the ball deep in your own territory. That's one that you want to pick up and run, or let it keep rolling, maybe go into the end zone. The Tarpons are going to fall on it at about the 18 or so yard line, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from there.
Where they going to spot this ball?
17, something like that. We were wondering whenever we first got here, we were saying, where's the Pride of South Lafourche March and Tarpon Band? They are here. They're partying out there across the way. Might have caught a little traffic on the ride up. Tarpons are in an empty set. That's now becoming a closed-up set. Ogeron handed to Dardar. Nice hold, driving forward across the 20. They're pulling at that football unsuccessfully, but a gain of about 7 for Dardar.
That was a tough run by Dardar. He was getting hit, and he does, again, such a great job of keeping his feet moving.
2nd down and 3 for South Lafourche. Ball now to about the 25-yard line. Ball really pretty much in the middle of the field. The strong side of the field favors the left side. Ogier on a design quarterback run. He's leveled and dropped. I'll tell you something. This number 0 here for Dutchtown, we've called out his name a couple of times. Diego Spears is a disruptive player. He just introduced himself to Carson Ogeron. It's a loss of about 3 or so. Bring up 3rd and about 7 for the Tarps.
Yeah, look, these runs when you're in the backfield, either quarterback or running back, and when you're trying to pick your hole, that's not going to work tonight. They are too fast on defense. First down play where we had with Dardar right up the middle, quick hitting.
See if the Tarpons could hit somebody in a seam somewhere in the passing game on 3rd and 7. Man in motion. Ogeron under some pressure. It's a screen. Dardar's got it. Can he get to the sticks? I don't think he can. He's close, but it's going to be 4th and 2, and now it's roll the dice time if you're PJ Young. You're deep in your own territory. You don't have to make the decision now. This could be the end of the first quarter with 15 seconds and counting, and I think he's going to use the minute break to make the decision. So let's go ahead and take the break with him. At the end of the first quarter, our score is Dutchtown 7, South Lafourche 0. We'll be back with the second quarter in 1 minute on KLEB. Worth a phone Google search in just a second. The Tarpons offense here as we start the second quarter, staying on the field. It's 4th and 2. Trips to the right side of the formation. Man in motion is Petrie. The Tarpons are not going to snap it. They're not going to have to, because the Griffins have given them a free first down. And I'm sure the coaching staff on the home sideline is absolutely livid because, boy, you know you're saying ball key, ball key, ball key. And then you jump off sides. Dominic is confirming that it is 31-11. Nichols is leading LSU in men's basketball. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T, home of the drive-through oil change. We were wondering how good would Nichols be with a first-year coach. We're maybe getting our answer right now. Here, the ball at the 30 for the Tarpons. 1st and 10 after the penalty. Play action. Ogeron will throw it to the sideline, just out of the reach of Petrie, incomplete.
And that ball traveled a long way. A little underthrown. Not sure if Terrence ran the route too long
So bring up 2nd and 10.
or if it was just underthrown. Shout out again to the gang at the campground that's watching.
Yep, got a crew. Had a full day today. I called a college basketball game. I rode in a boat. So it's a wonderful day today. 2nd and 10. Ogeron throws it to the sideline. Oh, my goodness. It was caught by Alamo, but it was also very nearly a pick six. The Griffin defensive backs are starting to jump those short routes, which could lead to an opportunity maybe for a little hitch and go, maybe try to beat them deep if they start biting that cheese a little bit. But it is a completion and a gain of about 4. We'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Sean Jeremy sent me a picture of some money. It's a bunch of $100 bills are playing at the campground. He said he's raising money for next year's commercials with Maritime Safety Solutions.
Hey.
Like, Sean, why next year, buddy?
At the 3rd and 6. They throw it out in the flats. Oh, man, the pass is deflected and falls incomplete. A very good play defensively that time by Blake Bowie, because Meathead was wide open in the flats, and he would have turned up the field and probably gotten the first down. So very heads-up play by Bowie, which will lead the punt team out to the field.
Got to give credit to Coach Young. He's keeping his Dutchtown defense all balanced. They're early going.
It's either Riley or White back deep. It's number 7. They got 2 number 7s on their roster. I'm not familiar enough with the personnel here to know.
Look at our rush they're coming with.
It looks like they're coming on an all-out block. The snap is low. Coleman gets the kick away. There's not a lot of depth to it.
Cool.
But the young man drops the football in the return, but I think he fell on it. I got to tell you, on a short punt like that, I don't know why you don't just let that one bounce. But he came flying in there to try to make a catch, a sliding catch, dropped it, but then fell right on top of it. And it'll be a really good starting position for the Griffins at the Tarpon 47-yard line. But a good job by Coleman there, just getting it off at all.
I was getting to give credit to Nicholas Coleman to get that punt off. He got 10 guys coming at him full speed.
On a snap that bounced to him. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Griffins. Harvey out there with Oquan. 4 receiver shotgun set. Tarpon showing a little pressure. Now they back out of it. Oquan under some natural pressure from the D-line. Throws it deep down the field, and it's caught. What a catch. At the 8-yard line, number 10 for the Griffins, which would be Casey McCoy, representing my first name very well, making a beautiful catch. It'll be 1st and goal. Boy, those Caseys are always athletic, right?
No.
No comment?
Not always.
1st and goal for the Griffins, ball at the 8-yard line. That was an amazing catch there. Trips to the left side of the formation. Oquan, low snap. He's going to keep it, bounce off tackle. He's got a lot of green grass, and he's got a touchdown. So the Griffins are going to strike for another one. It's 13-0 pending the extra point try. The long pass down the field helped aid that one in the good field position after the short punt. And Dutchtown leads 13-0 with 10:27 to go in the opening half. Nothing fancy there. It's a pass down the seam and an off-tackle quarterback keep.
Yeah, Tarpons lost contain, and Oquan did a good job getting to the outside.
Extra point snap is good. The kick is right down Broadway. Let me shout out the young man's name. That's number 15, Michael Mathern. Let's take a 1-minute break. Dutchtown leads 14-0. The Tarpons are going to try to answer when we get back in 1 minute on KLEB. Mathurin set to kick it away. That's a very down the bayou name. It is a line drive kick that'll be fielded at the 7-yard line by Alamo, who will flip it to Pere. And there's a flag, and you're tripped up at the 12, so Tarpons are going to be pinned back really deep. The reverse attempt did not pay off, and there's a flag at the 30-yard line. Don't think there's anything that the Griffins could have potentially done there. You would think that would be a blocking violation on the Tarpons, but we'll await the official signal from our Hammond Association. But so far, I've done a very good job. We await the official call. Still waiting for the official call. And we have a hold on South Lafourche. So, yeah, the long field gets even longer. It's going to be tough for South Lafourche now, and you're buried in your own end zone against these guys.
Ascension Catholic 28. Nothing over Central Private. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T Oil. Thanks to Coach Rod.
Home of the drive-through oil change. 1st and 10 for the Tarpons, down 14-0 at their own 6-yard line. Got to get a first down here. Get yourself out of this hole. Easier said than done against a tough defense. Play action. Ogeron rolls out, has some time, throws it deep down the field, incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Terrence Pere and just overthrew it. But with all that having been said, Terrence had a guy on him like a blanket. These DBs for the Griffins are not letting up a whole lot.
And Carson's going to have to be careful here. You know they're going to have a spy on him.
Yeah, very well coached team. You know they know that Carson could run the football very effectively. 2nd and 10. They're going to give it to Dardar, and he's going to lose some yards. He's going to get back on the other side of the 5-yard line. Partner, I think that you've nailed it. As a very, very late flag comes in, the Tarpons, could they potentially have gotten a free first down? A very late flag, and the Tarpons think it's on the Griffins, and boy, that would be a very boneheaded mistake. It would have been 3rd and 12 from the 4. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 19 because of an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Griffins. That is a very foolish mistake there.
The Dutchtown coaching staff cannot be very happy with the start to this game.
Yeah, you got a 14-0 lead, but you have done some things that are uncharacteristic of a team that's as good as they are in the early stages for sure. 1st and 10 from the 20. The Tarpons will try to take advantage of the penalty, and they'll get another penalty. An offsides, hard count. It'll be 1st and 5. Guy Mastretta is the head coach here. Something tells me maybe a little hot under the collar right now. Some penalties, some mistakes. And it's 1st and 5 for the Tarpons at the 25. Man in motion, that's Pere. Inside handoff to Meathead, pushing through. He's got a couple of yards out to about the 27.
Good job by Dardar holding on to that football. Dutchtown's trying to grab at it.
Well, that's where the penalty becomes a detriment. I mean, before it would be 2nd and 8 or whatever. That ain't so bad. But now it's 2nd and 2 or 3.
They would have had them 3rd down inside their own 5.
No doubt. 9-10 and counting in the second quarter clock. Dutchtown leads 14-0, but the Tarpons were in a hole, and now they're kind of sort of out the hole at their own 28. Still a long way to go, though. Ogeron hands it off to Dardar, just not much. The middle of that Griffins defense is just mean, and there's our guy number 0 again saying, Casey, just clear upstairs. You're going to be calling out my name all night. Diego Spears making big plays. He just looks like a college football player, doesn't he?
Few of them do.
Yes, indeed. So Meathead lost about a half a yard on that one. It'll bring up 3rd and short. See if the Tarpons could get a little bit of a push here and move the sticks. They're in the gun. Strong side of the field is to the left. Ogeron rolls out, throws it to the sideline wide and incomplete. It was intended for Jarvis. That's a couple of straight passes from Ogeron now that have come out a little hot.
Yeah, that time Carson rolling out to his right, and the ball just got away from him. A little bit wide of the receiver.
And how about this with the ball at your own 28, 4th and 2, BJ keeping the offense on the field. Don't know if they'll run a play here. Might just hard count it and take a penalty or call a timeout. You got trips to the right. You're a big underdog. You got to roll the dice a little bit. But boy, this would be a huge dice roll. Play clock down to 5. The Tarpons are on the ball. Will they snap it? They will. Ogeron's going to roll out on a design quarterback run, and he is got the first down. He gets out of bounds to about the 32. It is a Golden Motors first down. BJ Young. Riverboat gambler right there, Bubba. But it pays off. The Tarpons get the first down.
And we were talking about a spy. If they would have had a spy and Ogeron to come up, but Ogeron did a good job getting to the outside quick enough to pick up that first.
I'll be honest with you. Dutchtown has jumped off sides a couple times. I think they were so concerned about that. They didn't think that ball was going to get snapped. It looked like they were a little late getting off the ball. Tarpons have Jarvis flanked out of bounds on the right side of the field. He is all the way on the sideline. Tarpons just get the snap off. It's an inside run to Dardar, and he kind of gets tripped up a little bit near the line of scrimmage.
Had a hole on the right side, a little bit of a hole when he got tripped up.
So folks are probably wondering, well, why would you have a wide receiver line up almost out of bounds? Well, that's to give a little more room for your running game as you're drawing defenders out of the box. You could get into that third level, you have an opportunity. 2nd and 9 for the Tarpons with 7:33 to go in the opening half. Ogeron making some decisions at the line of scrimmage. We'll throw a slant to Pere, and it's incomplete off of the shoulder pads. And a late flag, and I think that's going to go in Dutchtown. There's a defensive back that had Titan Alamo pinned to the turf. For what? The ball didn't even go in that direction of the field. That's going to be another 15-yarder against the Griffins.
Yeah, the Tarpon coaching staff was right on that one.
Yeah, that was foolish. The ball was thrown to the right side of the field. The defensive back on the left side of the field had Titan on the ground, was on top of him, pinned on him. There's no reason for that.
We have more penalty off here.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the official signal, but I mean, we both saw it. They're going to mark this off 15. It's going to be another penalty via first down, or first down via penalty with the personal foul. And the Tarpons are approaching midfield, and the Griffins are helping them get there. Golden Motors first down. Coach Mastretta is going to not be pleased at halftime, something tells me, but you still got 7 minutes of football to get there. 1st and 10. Ogeron, straight drop. There's the hitch. Does he have a go? He does not. He'll throw it away. They've been biting on those hitches, which led to the right idea. Hey, try to do a hitch and go, but they didn't. They didn't take the cake that time. Good job by the secondary of the Griffins.
Yeah, like Carson was trying to hit Dardar or Terrence Pere, and offensive line did a decent job of protecting him. He had some time to throw the football.
Look, for an offensive line that's starting 2 freshmen and a sophomore, you're right. They have held up very well so far tonight. Haven't had a huge push in the running game, but in the passing game, they've done a pretty good job pass blocking and protecting. 2nd and 10 for the Tarpons. Ogeron will keep it, and he will lower his shoulder and get knocked backward after gaining about a yard. They were doing a little assumption there, sending Meathead into lead block for the quarterback. .650 and counting in the opening half. An opening half that has flown by here. Third down and 9 for South Lafourche, trying to make something happen near midfield. They've got trips to the right. Ogeron comes with the hard count. They don't flinch. Play clock down to 5. Will BJ call a timeout? Yeah, I think he's going to have to. Play clock down to 1. It's going to be a delay of game if he didn't call a timeout.
He got it.
And I think he got the timeout right as the clock expired. With 6:20 to go in the opening half, Tarpons down a couple touchdowns. We'll be back with a big third down play in a minute on KLEB. Quarter. Here in the second quarter, it's Dutchtown 14, South Lafourche nothing with 6:20 to go.
Jazz with 7, Bird 0.
There you go. All those scoreboard updates brought to you by 3T, home of the drive-through oil change. 3rd and 9 for the Tarpons near midfield. Ogeron throws it to Meathead. Meathead trying to get up the field. He's across the 50 and pushed out of bounds. Well, conventional wisdom would tell you if you go for it at your own 26, you would probably go for it at their 47, which is where you have it now. It's 4th and about 4, and I would think the Tarpons are going to stay on the field, and they will. Another drive that gets into Griffins territory. Can the Tarpons turn it into some points?
See if they can find Terrence Pere.
Quick snap. Ogeron flushed out to the left. Throws it to the sideline. He's got Pere. Did he get a foot in bounds? He did not. That'd be a turnover on downs. Brian had the right idea. Hit Terrence, and he made a nice catch. He just couldn't drag a tippy-toe in bounds, and the Griffins will take over on downs.
Yeah, Terrence kind of ran an out and an up route on the sideline. Had to step the ball just a little bit out of bounds.
Scoreboard update, Nichols 44, LSU 21 as a basketball score. That is still shocking to me, man. Coach Tavon Sadler has his guys balling out in Baton Rouge at the PMAC. First and 10 for the Griffins here. 6:05 to go. Oquan with Harvey. Oquan waiting on the snap. Going to hand it up the middle to Harvey. Miles Stelter says, no, sir. That is a gain of maybe a yard. Good penetration from Miles that time.
Yeah, nice job by Miles. Wait for Dutchtown to come back in a wildcat.
2nd and 9. Oquan the gun. Man in motion. They'll keep it, and he'll throw it out to the sideline. Is that a lateral? Nope, it's not. It's an incompletion. They were trying to get it to the wide receiver out there in some space, but it falls incomplete, intended for Maya, who's made some nice grabs so far in the afternoon, or I guess now evening.
Big third down for the Tarpons here if they can get off the field.
Yeah, Tarpon defense holding their own. They've gotten a couple of stops. 3rd and 9. Oquan will be in the gun by himself. Expect some motion and maybe a sweep. Tarpon's showing some pressure, and they're going to give them 5 for free. Kobe Bruce was kind of bluffing some pressure, and he just went a little too far. He just kind of crept into the neutral zone. And boy, as a play caller, 3rd and 4 is a whole lot more fun than 3rd and 9. So we'll see what the Griffins come with here. With 5:20 to go in the opening half. as Douglas has just scored. It's 14-6. We just got a scoreboard update from Thibodeau. That's not going to be good for the local fans. Straight drop for Oquan, flushed out to the right, throws it down the middle, and it's nearly intercepted both by Bruce, but also by Tyrese Edwards. Whew, the Tarpons got their hands on that one and nearly came away with the pick, and at least for now, the Griffins are showing that they're punting the football. I don't trust this because they're across midfield and it's only 4th and 4. But at least for now, they're showing a punt. Promise you that Thibodeau scoreboard update. I'll give it to you after this punt play. Tarpons are just playing base defense. They don't trust it either.
That's a punt.
Snap is there. Kick is away. It's a wobbly kick. Get out of the way, everybody. It bounces at the 25. Will roll out of bounds at the 22. Very good exchange there. Not a whole lot of net on that punt. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T. Southside is rolling past Thibodeau, 28-3 out in Lafayette.
What Ascension Catholic.
Told Central Baton Rouge leads East St. John 7-0. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T, home of the drive-through oil change. How about a scoreboard update from here? 14-0. Dutchtown in front of South Lafourche. 4:56 to go in the opening half.
Ascension Catholic 42-0 over Central Private.
Tarpons in an eye. Meathead's going to throw it backwards to Carson, who's going to throw it deep down the field to no one. Incomplete. The Griffins had that one sniffed out very, very well. Good defense. Second and 10.
Coach Rod giving the group an update from our game.
Yeah, for sure, man. Ogeron, straight drop under pressure. It's a screen, is deflected, and nearly housed. That one was popped up in the air, and it was nearly a pick six. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T, home of the drive-through oil change. Westgate 6, Terrebonne 3 out in New Iberia. No, we're not supposed to root for anybody, but you guys know we're partial to the Bayou teams. I hope Tyler Lewis and the Terrebonne Tigers get a win out there tonight. That'd be awesome for their team. 3rd and 10, trips to the right. Ogeron throws it deep down the field, miscommunication. There's a flag on the play. Are they going to rule it an interception? Yes, they will, but we await the marker. Titan Alamon thinks he was pushed to the ground, which could potentially be the call. He's adamant in saying it's first down Tarpons. The ball was intercepted at the 47-yard line, but Titan was on the ground about 10 yards shy of that. We'll see if he was held, perhaps.
Yeah, that's going to be interference.
Our white hat official informs us that it is a Tarpon first down via penalty, holding on the defense. Ten-yard penalty, so when it's 3rd and 10, that math is a Golden Motors first down. How many penalties have given the Tarpons first downs in this half? There's been several. Ball now at the 32-yard line. Ogeron puts it in the belly of Dardar. He falls forward about the 34, pickup of about 2. And what those penalties are doing is allowing the Tarpons to possess the football, shorten this game. We're already 4:16 to go in the opening half. But possession and actually scoring are two different things. The Tarpons are going to have to put it into the end zone at some point to make this one competitive. Second down and 8, an empty shotgun set for Ogeron. Under some pressure, flushed out, throws it as far as he can down the field. That one's an easy interception. Caught at the 35-yard line, working up the field near midfield is the defensive back, who's now with a head of steam across the 35, dropped at the 30. I'm not sure exactly what Carson saw that time. Didn't appear to be an open receiver down there. The ball is picked off by Mackey. Caden Mackey, a senior defensive back, and the Griffins will have great starting field position for their next drive. Maybe Carson got a little greedy there.
Or a little frustrated. He just took it and threw it as far as he could. Really, no receiver was around for the Tarpons.
Yep, didn't know. Not sure exactly what he saw there. 1st and 10 for Dutchtown at the Tarpon 30-yard line. 3:34 to go in the opening half. Can Coach Gidry's defense get another stop? Maybe take some momentum into the lockers. Harvey in the backfield with Oquan. Oquan gets the snap. He's going to hand it to Harvey. Good pursuit that time by the Tarpons, limiting him to just a 2-yard gain. That's number 20, Haven Green, on the stop.
That was a nice play by Haven Green. He saved a lot of yardage from Dutchtown on that play.
Haven Green has had a really good season as Dutchtown quickly on the ball. It trips to the left, trying with a quick snap. Oquan comes with it. They will keep it. Good read. He's going to cut up the middle. There's a flag on the play. It will be dropped at about the 20. But I think, and correct me if you've heard this before, I think this one's on the Griffins, and I think this one's coming back. Flag is right in the area of holding, and I think it's going to negate a first down run. This is a Dutchtown team, Coach, that has aspirations of winning more than just tonight.
Not this way.
And I was about to say, if they keep playing this loosely, it's going to be tough.
For a playoff game, this is
Several penalties.
way too many penalties.
3 minutes to go in the opening half. It's going to be 2nd and 15 at the 35 after we walk off the penalty. Carson Ogeron has been playing just about every snap tonight. He's actually showing a blitz off the edge. See if he comes with some pressure. Tarpons will give up 5 free. Tyler Otan jumps into the neutral zone. So a 5-yard penalty will give back some of the 10-yard penalty that the Griffins had. That'll be 2nd and 10. Clock continuing to roll. 2:48 and counting in the second quarter. Oquan looks to the sideline where he's going to get some instruction from his coaching staff. Still plenty of time on the play clock. 23 seconds and counting. Going to look to throw under a lot of pressure. It's a bubble screen. Can the Tarpons wrap up? Yes, they can. A tackle at the 28-yard line. A good spin move made by the wide receiver out there on the edges, but the Tarpons rallied to the ball beautifully, and they tackled Tyler Adams after a short gain.
Yeah, a lot of times Dutchtown sends that back in motion or on the snap to the wide side of the field, thinking they were going to throw it to the back in the backfield. It came back on a little screen to the short side of the field. Tarpons did a good job.
3rd down and 8. Oquan with the strong side of the field to the right comes with a hard count. Inside of 2 minutes now in the opening half. Dutchtown will get the first possession of the third quarter, so it's big for the Tarpons to try to get a stop here. Inside handoff to Harvey, bouncing outside. Look out. My goodness, look at the speed. The fastest player on the field just burst through the line. It is 20-0. BJ Young said 10-6, 100-yard dash speed. BJ, I think it's closer to 10-4, Bubba. That guy could fly. It is 20-0. You could scout. You could do all sorts of things. You cannot teach the gift of speed that that young man has. As we await another extra point, which is up and through. We're in the late stages of the first half. It's 21-0 Griffins. We'll take a 1-minute break when we get back on KLEB. Final stages of the opening half. It's 21-0 Griffins. 1:41 to go in the opening half. Casey just scored Coach Brian Kale.
No.
Mathern will kick it away. Line drive kick. Be fielded by Alamo, working up the field. Across the 20. Across the 25. Dropped at about the 27. So pretty good starting field position for the Tarpons with 1:32 to go. I don't think BJ's called a time. Yeah, they called one, so they should have 2 remaining. This has been a first half of just missed opportunities. The Tarpons have driven the ball into Griffin's territory a couple of times. And I say driven loosely because you've also been aided by some Griffin penalties that have helped you get there. 1st and 10 for South Lafourche. Ogeron, straight drop under. A lot of pressure. He is hammered. Dropped for a loss back to the 15. Number 7 was flying in as actually Dutchtown will be calling a timeout. As Riley made the sack.
Riley just came from the backside.
So with 1:20 to go, Coach Mastretta telling the official, hey, every time that ball is, every time we make a tackle in open field, I want a timeout the rest of this drive. He's going to try to make the Tarpons punt it again. He's not, I think as we've talked about here, I don't think he's satisfied with the way his team's playing. I mean, just a lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes. They're leading, but they're not playing clean football.
No, they're not. Look, the last drive, they had a penalty, 2 15-yard penalties and a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and it's sort of been a theme. 21-0 the score. The Tarpons are just trying to get out of this half on a wet, misty night here in the Baton Rouge area. We're just outside of Baton Rouge, around the Gonzales, Geismar area. Not a bad road trip, though, for the Tarpons.
No, it was close. They could have made a trip to West Monroe.
No, thank you.
Done that before.
Yeah.
Not a fan of it.
Yep. And bring up 2nd and, a little more than 20 for the Tarpons here. So a long way to go. Does BJ have a rabbit in his magic hat to pull out here at the end of the first half? We'll find out in just a second. First things first, you don't want to turn over the ball. You're buried deep in your own territory. Ogeron, under pressure, throws it down the middle. Petrie's got it, slips a man, and will be dropped at the 17. Another timeout by Dutchtown with 1:13 to go.
The pass only went for about a yard.
Yeah.
It looked like it was more than that, but.
And Terrence broke a tackle, got up the field. The problem was he caught it behind the line of scrimmage. A brief 3rd and long. We'll keep it right here. We're up against halftime. I want to thank everybody for listening at home. There's probably a few folks listening in the stadium too. Maybe with KLEB and not ESPN 100.3 might be a little dicey. I don't know if we can reach KLEB all the way here. But I know there's a bunch of apps and different things.
I say an app on your phone.
No, there's a little delay on the app, but hey, man, that's okay.
Sometimes that's good.
Sometimes it takes us 20 seconds to see stuff, so I understand that.
Yep.
3rd down and about 20 for the Tarpons. 1 timeout to go for Dutchtown.
So when you finally get into action, it's happening live.
There we go.
When we figure it out.
It's an intentional delay, not a mental delay. Or at least that's what we'll tell you. As I make a mistake and say 1st and 10. 3rd and 20 for the Tarpons. Play clock down to 5. Ogeron gets him the flinch. BJ's going to call a timeout, or he's going to take a penalty.
Timeout.
Timeout for the Tarpons after the timeout for Dutchtown. I think BJ was saying, you know what? I don't have a whole lot of plays for 3rd and 20, but I might have a play or two for 3rd and 15. Was trying to get a little closer. Halftime show, we'll talk about the first half. We will also talk about a big LSU game tomorrow, big Nichols game tomorrow. We'll get the answer to the $1 million question that everybody's been dying to hear the answer of is, did Zion Williamson play today? I know he's questionable every single game, it seems like. We'll get that answered for you in just a second.
Is it sad to this early in the season for I'm a Pelicans fan, like I don't care.
You're off the bandwagon already.
I don't care.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Tarpons are coming with a trick formation alignment. You got 3 receivers stacked to the left side of the field in a line. You got 2 receivers stacked to the right side of the field in a line. And Carson's going to keep it up the middle and get dropped. So a final timeout will be called by the home team with 1:07 to go. Coleman will punt this ball away. Dutchtown won't have any timeouts. But they've got to do it with some ridiculous speed that if they could get it to him in space, he won't need any timeouts. Remember earlier in the game when I opened up my mouth and I said, oh, man, things are going so smooth. The game's going by quick. Last couple minutes here, we have been stuck in the mud. But that's okay. I tell you that the Pelicans are trailing the Rockets 50-40 with 2:46 to go in the second quarter. That scoreboard update brought to you by 3T. And Zion Williamson, God bless him, he is in the lineup today.
Well, that's not good. You trail
You're losing any.
and it's not the third quarter yet.
Right. Pelicans are the worst third quarter team in the NBA statistically so far.
History.
Hughes was late to check into the game on the punt formation. Let's see if we can get the snap to Coleman this time. It's a low snap. He corrals it, and they nearly blocked it, but he gets it away, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 37, 38-yard line. Boy, those punts are not having a whole lot of depth, but the fact that Coleman's getting them off at all is incredible because they're coming at him, and they're throwing bounce passes. It isn't basketball season yet. Nicholas Coleman having to catch some bounce passes out there. But the Griffins will have great field position, 59 seconds and 35 yards to get. They do not have any more timeouts.
How much time?
59 seconds. And my Clippers are winning. That's always good. 26-19.
It's early.
Taking on Dallas tonight. 1st and 10. Oquan. Straight drop. Throw it down the seam. It's caught at the 12-yard line. Boy, the Tarpons laid a lick on the wide receiver who survived the lick and made a good play. There's our guy, Casey McCoy again. Clock will stop. As they get the first down, they reset the chains, and the clock will roll inside of 50 seconds. But the Griffins are now playing a 1st and 10 from the 12. Stretch handoff. Looking to turn the corner and walks into the end zone. That's an easy touchdown run that time for Dutchtown. That is number 1 on the handoff. That's Mackey. So getting a different ball carrier involved that time. Dutchtown adds to their lead. And the timeouts by Coach Mastretta pays off big and gets them another touchdown for the halftime stat sheet. Young man Mackey doing some push-ups on the sideline. Young man, he just scored a touchdown, bro.
Mackey?
Yep. 27-0 the score. 35 seconds to go in the opening half. Mathern will kick the extra point. We have a taunting foul on Dutchtown. Look, add it to the tally. That's 15 more. I really hope it wasn't for the young man who scored the touchdown doing the push-ups on the sideline. I mean, come on now. But I didn't see anybody do anything. Snap is up. The kick is right down Broadway, and Dutchtown adds another point to their lead. It's 28-0. We got 35 seconds to go in the half, so we'll keep it right here. But partner, this was 14-0 just a couple snaps ago. The Tarpons have sort of lost their grip. Dutchtown has doubled their lead, and they have grabbed complete control here in the late stages of the second quarter.
Yeah, look, a lot of penalties by Dutchtown, but they do a good job of they win in a field position battle.
That's been a theme for the Tarpons all year in the games that they've struggled in.
Their starting field position. Okay, they started their first drive off of the 20, then on the 38, then on the plus 47, then their own 47, the plus 30, plus 35.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
tough to overcome.
Yeah. And they're doing a great job on that sweep play that they run. And they're getting that offensive lineman down the field and extra blockers, and with the speed of their backs and tough running of the backs, it's tough to stop. And the Tarpons have a hard time stopping it.
Halftime score, Nichols 44, LSU 25 out of the PMAC. Whew, that's 44-25 Colonels in front of LSU. Second half actually just underway in that one. Here it's 28-0 in favor of the Griffins. The Tarpons are not going to have
Austin who?
A whole lot of time. Oh, here we go. He's with your team now. You're supposed to be a fan now.
No.
It's a kick deep down the field. Will be caught by Alamo at the 25 after a little bobble, and will be dropped at the 30. So the 15-yarder is the reason why the Tarpons were able to have the chance at a return, but they didn't do a whole lot with it. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 30. Tarpon band making some noise. That is the Class 2A, and band has some weird classifications, but Class 2A state champion, South Lafourche band, and 5th overall in the entire state.
And I believe Dutchtown was 1st overall.
Inside handoff to Dardar. Looks like the Tarpons might just be taking this thing to the half. He doesn't get a whole lot. The Griffins can't stop it again. The Tarpons don't seem to be in a hurry. 15 seconds and counting. I think BJ is going to take this thing to the lockers. With our halftime score, Dutchtown 28, South Lafourche 0. We'll go ahead and take a 4-minute halftime break. We'll recap the first half action when we get out of this break on KLEB. We'll be right back in 4 minutes.
That's our understanding. Next year, they're going to have another high school.
Yeah, so their big old 2,600 kid enrollment may get altered slightly. They'll be sharing with another school that is opening up. Vanderbilt Catholic leading 21-6 over Douglas. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T. Right now, Vanderbilt and CCA are the only local teams that are leading. But, and I was actually just talking about this with Abby, but it's not a wash if the local teams struggle, because we got 2 aces in the hole that are sitting on byes right now. ED White and Assumption are not playing tonight. So either way, there's going to be some week 2 action in the area next week.
Man, it's going to be tough next week. Do I go to a basketball gym or I'll go to a football game?
I was just planning that out with my colleague. I think I may be at Assumption next Friday.
Onside kick coming up.
Tarpons are kicking from left to right. Boy, Carson is literally going to play every snap tonight, isn't he? He's on the field right now. He's a senior. It's looking pretty likely it might be his last go, and he's going to go out on his sword if he goes out. He has been on the field every play tonight. Coach Kale thinks a trick kick is coming. Given the way the Tarpons are lined up and they're not covering the whole field, I tend to agree. They're usually a little more spread out than this. It'll be just a little pop-up kick, so it is not an onside kick, and it'll be caught at the 35, or excuse me, the 25, bouncing outside to the 35, across the 40, dropped at the 45-yard line. The Griffins will have good starting field position. We were talking off the air about the busy schedule of the Tarpon kicker, Cesar Gonzalez, right now. He's a Tarpon kicker. He's going to state for cross country. He started soccer practices. He's doing 3 sports right now. And doing them all very well, mind
And
you.
he was almost on the tackle, knocked the guy out of bounds.
So Harvey will be in the backfield with Oquan. Strong side of the field to the right. Oquan gets the snap, hands it to Harvey up the middle. He's going to break a tackle, lower the shoulder. How far is he going to run? There's that speed. My goodness. Good night. Touchdown. When he gets into the open space, you have no chance there. He lowered his shoulder, ran a defensive back over, and then just kept churning all the way to the house.
56-yard.
56-yard touchdown. Was talking to some of the folks here, CEO, college prospects. Oh, somebody's got to be looking at somebody with that type of speed. As right out of the gate, Dutchtown goes up 34-0.
Simple play, kind of just right up the middle. Tarpons missed a few tackles and bad angles taken on the defensive back.
Snap is high on the extra point, but the kick is right down the middle. So good job by their holder. It's 35-0. We just had a long halftime break, so we'll keep it right here. Partner, that is not the way that the Tarpons wanted to start the second half. But I'll tell you this, if you're Dutchtown, you're 1 touchdown away from getting that clock rolling and getting off your feet, getting into the locker room.
Yeah, you think the coaching staff of Dutchtown had a nice little talk to their team at halftime?
You have about 100 yards worth of penalties in the first half and do make some mistakes. Yeah, I think that they probably got a little talking to. When you come out on the very first play and score a touchdown, looks like maybe a little renewed spirit. If the Tarpons could have an answer. Let's see. Well, Carson got a playoff. He is not out there. It's got Alamon, Jarvis, and Petrie back deep. Mathern will be kicking it away for the Dutchtown Griffins. What exactly is a griffin? I see it in midfield. Looks kind of like a half dragon. I don't know. It's intimidating looking figure.
I think it was a mythical type thing.
I just know some Griffins from Golden.
I was about to say, yeah, we got a lot of Griffins where we come from. It's a last name. Kick is caught at the 10. Working up the field is Petrie. He's out of bounds at about the 25. Tarpons will play 1st and 10. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones, partner?
No, sir.
Do you have HBO Max?
No, sir.
All right, well, I'll get you my login. We got to get you on that. You would maybe see a Griffin on that show, perhaps.
Hey.
1st and 10 for the Tarpons at the 25. Dominic tells us a griffin is a lion with wings and talons like an eagle. I don't know why you would know that, Dominic, but thanks so much for the information. 1st and 10. Ogeron flushed out to the left. We'll throw it deep down the field. Oh, Petrie tried to make a one-handed grab, but I see the official's hat on the field, which would indicate that Terrence was out of bounds. So the catch wouldn't have stood even, and he made it. And Dominic says, I used to be a bad mamma jamma in Quiz Bowl. Drug, the producer is smarter than the talent. That's not a good thing for our operation.
A bad.
Oh, he didn't say that. I ad-libbed.
Okay.
I ad-libbed. 2nd and 10. They'll throw it to the sidelines. Tarpons working up the field. A big hit late on Jarvis after a gain of about 4. "11 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. The Griffins are in control. The Tarpons are going to try to Got a first down on 3rd and long here. Well, not 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, 3rd and 6. You've got a lot of young players in this field right now for South Lafourche, players that are going to be back next year, players that you want to soak in every last second of this playoff experience. Throw it out to the flats. Meathead has a lot of green grass. It's a Golden Motors first down and more. He's across midfield. They came with the all-out blitz and had the perfect play call. That's a blue boot bomb. South Lafourche with a long pass conversion. Carson was a little slow getting up, but he does get up, though he's shaking out the cobwebs a little bit. Meathead takes it all the way to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, get the ball to dart out in the flats a little bit, and you just.
And partner, you had the perfect play called for that defense. They came with all-out blitz. You got it to the flats. Carson, play action, will get it to Berg. Berg will work up the field. He's going to be hit and dropped at about the 42-yard line, gain of about 1. Carson Ogeron is the leading passer in school history for South Lafourche, and he did that in just 2 seasons. He's a transfer from Central Lafourche.
Dutchtown just so fast. They fill these lanes so quick.
Yeah, they do. They are next level. 2nd and 8. Ogeron throws it down the middle. There's Berg, hit and dropped at the 40, so another short gain. See, case in point right there. In the regular season in district play, Camden catches that. He turns the corner, gets 3-4 extra yards. Here, as soon as you catch it, you're getting dropped. There's just no extra yardage.
Yeah, they quit. The ball's in the air on the pass. They coming up, and there's just not much room for separation.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for South Lafourche. 9:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Strong side of the field to the left. There's trips that way. Ogeron on the gun. And we have a flag. It's going to be a false start. Yeah, I think it's on the receiver out there. I think we got a little bit of a head start. So that'll push him back 5. Ball the Griffin 45. 3rd and 12 for South Lafourche. Figure you got 2 plays to get this, unless if you get sacked and thrown back for a huge loss. 5 receiver shotgun set. Ogeron looks to the sideline. Those receivers are Alamo, Petrie, Berg, Dardar, and Jarvis, in order from where they are on the field from left to right. Ogeron is flushed out. I just said, well, barring a sack and a big loss, well, guess what we just got? We got a sack and a big loss. All the way back to his own 40-yard line. That was 21 who made the stop for the Griffins. I'll tell you who that young man is. That is Bowie. It is 4th down and 10, 20, 27. Tarpon offense staying on the field. Not exactly sure why. Timeout will be called by Dutchtown. They were in between punt personnel and defensive personnel. Tarpon's kind of caught him red-handed there, but regardless of the personnel, it's going to be hard to get this many yards. 8:05 to go in the 3rd. I think out of this timeout, you might just decide, you know what, let's go ahead and kick this ball.
Yeah, Coach Young's not really happy. Somebody missed some type of protection on that last play.
Quarterbacks don't like to see other quarterbacks get sacked, especially not when it's your quarterback. Griffin's getting some coaching. Tarpons will keep the offense out there. Carson's limping, and I don't like to see that. He's kind of walking a little gingerly. He is in that punt lineup, though. Carson's going to punt this ball down the field. The snap. Here's the kick. Is a line drive kick that'll bounce at the 37 and take a Griffins roll. Tarpons will kill it at the 40. So the Griffins will take over and we'll play a 1st and 10 from there. They are a touchdown away from making this a much shorter night for everybody involved. They could get that clock a-rolling with another score.
Again, Dutchtown, great field position.
Yeah, just the sheer pressure that they put on the punt team doesn't allow you to get the punt deep down the field, which just Kyle is saying calls it stealing yardage or hidden yardage. Dutchtown is really good at getting all those hidden yards. Harvey with O'Quinn, the shotgun. It's the snap. Throw it deep down the field. Incomplete. Good coverage that time by Ja'Kias Croissant on the pass that was intended for number 2 of the Griffins, Tyler Adams.
Nice job by Ja'Kias.
I am shocked that Ja'Kias is out there. We thought that he, just seeing the way that he fell on the play that he got injured a couple weeks ago, we just assumed it would be a season ender. But he's out there, and not only is he out there, he doesn't look restricted. He looks like he's a full go. 2nd and 10. An inside handoff. There he goes. He breaks a tackle and gets to midfield, a gain of about 11 or 12. There's our guy Harvey again, who has been nothing but a menace for the Tarpons tonight.
Yeah, simple play again, just right up the middle.
You know, the breakaway speed is one thing, but boy, he runs with some power too now. 1st and 10. Quarterback keeps it this time. O'Quinn makes the right read, but Harvey got swallowed up. But O'Quinn gets to the 40, picks up about 8 off tackle.
Yeah, it's a nice play right there by Dutchtown. Great read by O'Quinn.
So they're on the move again in the middle stages of the 3rd quarter. They have slowed their pace, as you would expect, with a big lead in the 2nd half. Pelicans have taken a lead out in Houston. They lead 72-68 in the 3rd quarter.
It might snow tonight. 3rd quarter taking a lead.
2nd and 1. A little pop pass. That's an incompletion. That's going to be an incompletion. Yes, there's a pop pass. And that's the reason why you do that as opposed to handing it off, because there, when you mess up the exchange, it's an incompletion and not a fumble. It'll be 3rd and 1. Trying to check on LSU. They were on the comeback against the Colonels. And they have taken the lead on the Colonels.
They had a lot of time left.
58-57. They lead the Colonels with 5 minutes to go. Harvey in the backfield with O'Quinn, 3rd and 1. Quarterback drops back. Just overshot the tailback. That's our guy Harvey, and if he catches it in space, we all know how the story goes. But he overshot him there. You would think Dutchtown would go for it here. It's 4th and just a yard. And they are in Tarpon territory. See if South Lafourche could bow up a little bit on defense, throw him for a loss. It's the snap. Inside handoff to Harvey. He's got the 1st down. He falls forward to about the 34. Good push by their offensive line.
Harvey just needs a little seam. He just runs downhill. It's a powerful run, and when he gets out in space, he's quick. He can run.
6 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. All Dutchtown here. And they're trying to drive another one in.
See if they go over the top here.
O'Quinn the gun, shuffling some personnel. He is looking to throw, and good call, Coach. Deep down the field, it's caught, and it's a touchdown. Tarpons had pretty good coverage that time. Ja'Kias Croissant was there, but a beautiful throw. It was number 16 on the grab. That is Andrew Fields for the touchdown, and Dutchtown will add 6 more. And partner, The clock will not stop again as we're now officially in running time midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, they just kind of put you to sleep here, and nice job.
There's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. It is 42-0. We'll keep it right here. Look, I want to say something, man. We were talking in the first half, and look, we called it like it is. We said, hey, Dutchtown has aspirations of making a playoff run, but if you commit the boneheaded penalties like you did in the first half, you're going to get knocked out next week. So far in the third quarter, they have played much cleaner, and this is more of what they're going to be hoping to see the rest of the postseason.
Yeah, no doubt they refocused here in the second half, and it's showing. Defense played much better. Got the stop to start the second half, and 2 touchdowns.
Yep, they've added to their tally. The rest of this game should breeze by now. Fortunately so for some of the folks watching, because it looks like it's getting windy. It looks like it is not exactly ideal, kind of misty. That's why I wanted to be a play-by-play guy and not a sideline reporter for nights like tonight. Kicking it away. It's the same trio, Pere, Alamo, and Jarvis. Ball on the tee. The tee's on the turf. It's the kick. Tarpons are, oh my goodness, they are falling over themselves trying to catch that ball. They'll fall on it. I don't know exactly what happened. I think Berg was going back to try to make the catch. Alamo coming up to try to make the catch. They collided. The ball dropped. The Tarpons fall on it at about the 4-yard line, and Alamo's hurt. So we certainly hope, as this injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional, we certainly hope that the young man on the field is okay. But he looks to be in some pain, but he's sitting up now. Unfortunate situation, and just kind of some miscommunication there between the 2 return men for South Lafourche.
Yeah, Berg did the Cardinals sin as a returner. You can't back up.
Yeah. Not when you got guys behind you.
Of an ankle or a knee injury. I'm not sure what they're looking at.
And then you feel doubly bad. Not that it's ever okay for anybody to get injured, but you feel doubly bad because you know Titan is a big piece of Tarpon basketball, which will start as soon as this football season wraps up. So we hope he's okay.
He's okay.
And he will walk gingerly off. So looks like Titan might be all right. He gets a round of applause from the fans here. But you've been harping on it all game, and rightfully so. Field position, you're right back in the hole, Bubba, at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, not a good situation to be in right here.
See if the Tarpons can get out of the hole. I see as they wind it, the clock will now run for the rest of the way. There are some new faces out there for Dutchtown. Maybe you could get a push on some of their younger players. I don't see my guy number 0 out there anymore. He was causing nothing but chaos for the opponent.
Yeah, he did enough.
1st and 10 for the Tarpons. The 4-yard line. Meathead with Ogeron shuffling some personnel in the gun. He'll hand it to Dardar. He's going to be hit and stacked up. Maybe got a yard.
We got a new quarterback in.
Do we? Yeah, we sure do. Terrence Petrie's out there. And we've also got some new personnel on the outsides. 23 is out there. Is that Cullen Santamont? Yeah, so T is out there at quarterback. Making some checks and some reads. Handed to Dardar off tackle, bouncing, lowering his shoulder. He gets near the first down. Sticks didn't get it, but he got a little closer. Gain of about 6 or 7. Good gain. Tell you what, for me, this is a proud Papa moment because two of my favorite kids in the world are in the backfield right now, and Terrence Petrie and Landon Dardar, two kids that I coached when they were 7 and 8 years old playing bitty basketball. Now going to be a big part of this one. The Tarpons have some freshmen out there. Got some young players out there. Wayne Smith is out there at wide receiver.
Dardar's limping around.
Dardar will limp off the field. They'll get Shepard into the game. Shepard will get the handoff. Lowers his shoulder. Think he's got a Golden Motors first down. Don't sleep on Shepard now. We've talked about him. He's been coming on strong at the end of the season. And it is a first down. Clock will continue to run, though. We are at running time. Hopefully Dardar's okay. Still a long way to go, but we'll get there in a hurry with the clock not stopping. 2:46 and counting in the third quarter. Tarpons just got a Golden Motors first down. Got you a scoreboard update from Baton Rouge coming in just a second. Petrie gets the snap, hands it up the middle. Nice gain for Shepard. Lowers his shoulder. Gets across the 20. One thing the freshman's going to learn is you got to run a little lower. He was running very high there and took a beating.
He's got to protect that ball.
Yeah, he took a big shot. LSU leads Nichols 64-61 with 2:37 to go out in Baton Rouge. Tell you what, not that we're counting out the Colonels, but they still got time to rally. Win, lose, or draw. That's a great showing for the Colonels on the road in Baton Rouge tonight.
Titan Alamo back in the game.
That's great to see. Well, they let Terrence throw it maybe. Yeah, here we go. Pitches it out to the sideline, caught by Santamont. And he's going to be shoved out, lost a yard or so. I feel the PA guy's pain. He didn't say the name because that's the young man that's been added to the roster. He's not on our roster either. We just know who he is from being in the community. But that is Santamont out there. He's flanked out wide to the left. 3rd and 5. Petrie inside handoff. Not a whole lot. Who was that? That didn't look like Shepard who got that carry. That was Dardar back out there. Yep.
Carson Ojo on the sideline with some ice on his knee.
Tell you what, if we don't see Carson play another snap for this program, which it doesn't look like we will, it's a warrior, man. A kid that I have nothing but respect for, and I've said it 100 times this season. There's a Saturday coach out there that needs to offer that young man.
Deserves to play on Saturday, no doubt.
Don't know if it's under center, maybe somewhere else on the field, but he's a Saturday player. Tarpons are going for it on 4th down, deep in their own territory. Petrie will roll out. Under pressure, will throw it incomplete. It was intended for Jarvis. Dutchtown will take over. They'll have ideal starting field position at the Tarpon 21-yard line. They don't have to run another play before the end of the third quarter. I wouldn't anticipate that they would. The clock running 16 seconds. Yeah, they're not even taking the field. So let's go ahead and take the break. It's the end of the third quarter. Dutchtown 42, South Lafourche 0. We'll be back in 1 minute with the final quarter of regulation here on KLEB. select playoffs. 1 quarter to go in our high school football season here for the Tarpons. It's 42-0 Dutchtown. They're going to take over after the turnover and downs deep in Tarpon territory. The clock will roll. And this will be a very short fourth quarter, folks. We'll get you some names for the Griffins here in just a second. It's a little pop pass out to the outside, looking to turn the corner. Hit and stacked up after a short gain is number 32. That is Mumphrey. The new quarterback is 13, Champagne. The new tailback is 36, is it? That's Woodward. Tell you what, they were talking about Champagne up here before the game, said he's the guy next year, and he has got a big arm, so good-looking player, future bright here for the Griffins. See if they hand it to Woodward here. They do on a sweep, looking to turn the corner. Tarpons are in pursuit, and they'll drop him. Is that a tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation? I think it is. He lost about a half a yard. So good job by the Tarpon defense rallying to the ball there.
Tarpon defense still playing hard.
Yep, no doubt. That's all they know. Be third and about 7. Champagne with the strong side of the field to the right. Can the Tarpons get off the field? Champagne will keep it. He has a nice hole driving inside the 10. He didn't score, but he does get the first down. It'll be first and goal for the Griffins. It is crazy. You don't realize how fast the game goes when that clock don't stop. They have already eaten 2 minutes off of the fourth quarter. 10 minutes and counting. Left in the Tarpon season. Champagne will look to throw. Throws it down the middle. It's caught. No, not caught. Dropped. Incomplete. My view is a little obstructed in that right end zone. I got a little post here in the press box kind of blocking me out.
No excuse, just Claire.
No excuses. It's playoff time. Play-by-play guy got to be better. How about this? LSU ball up 1 with 37 seconds to go. Got to make some free throws if you're Coach McMahon's team. Champagne in the gun. High, snap over his head. Not catches it, and he gets clobbered. And a late flag comes in, and I would think that would be on White. Dutchtown has got popped for a few of those tonight, but I think the guilty party is on the other side this time. And the reason why I think that is because there were only white jerseys in the area where the flag was thrown. We have dead ball. Personal foul on South Lafourche. So you have a positive play, and it gets flushed down the drain. Clock will roll. Champagne. Actually, you know what? That's not an automatic first down, so it'll be third and goal. My apologies. And now we have a flag at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be a false start on the offense. Tell you what, with all these penalties and discussions, we might not have very many more plays in this game because we're already down to 8 minutes and counting in the fourth quarter. Just got a scoreboard update from Damien. Oh, my. After this play, I'm going to tell you one that is going to knock your socks off. Third and goal. Champagne throws it down the middle. Incomplete. He threw it into the end zone behind him. Scoreboard update brought to you by 3T. Nichols made a three-pointer to go up 1 with 0.8 of a second to go in the PMAC. The Colonels are 1 stop away from getting a victory over LSU. And it's my guy, Jalen White, who made the three-pointer, the guy who came to our three-point competition that we hosted over the summer. Isn't that something? 68-66, the Colonels lead with 0.8 of a second to go. Fourth down here for the Griffins. 6:55 and counting. Champagne has it deflected away. Miles Stelter. Look, with the running time, you got to wonder, would that maybe be the last play of Miles Stelter's career? If it is, it's only fitting. He gets a hurry, makes a play like he has done throughout his entire career here at South Lafourche. Turnover on downs. Tarpons take over.
Kind of surprised Dutchtown didn't try. I guess they don't want to score again. Kick a field goal and.
So the Tarpons will take over. Who's at quarterback? Terrence again? Looking to throw. Throws it out. It's caught by Berg. He's dropped up the field at about the 17-yard line.
It looks like 3.
Yeah, it's not 10 for sure, but yeah, it looks like 3. Yeah, it's Pere and Meathead. Tarpons trying to get a score for the road. Coming on a blitz, Pere will throw it quick. Alamon's got it. Did he hold on?
Yep.
Yeah, he did. He is going to be across the sticks. It's a Golden Motors first down. Pandai. It's a little awkward, but there's still 5 minutes left. But the way that it goes with the running time, we've only got a couple snaps left. Just want to let you know, bro, it's been a blast this football season. We've had a wonderful time.
Yes, it has.
We have definitely enjoyed bringing the games, and I got a really good broadcast partner. Don't tell him I said that.
No, please don't. Oh, you always clowning.
Inside handoff to Dardar. He's got a nice gain near the 30. But have no fear. We're going to do a bunch of basketball and all sorts of stuff. Nichols held on. They got to win. LSU had a three-pointer at the buzzer and didn't make it. So the Colonels. Has anybody had a better 72-hour basketball stretch than the Colonels? They beat Tulane on the road for the women, beat LSU on the road for the men. Like, my goodness. Jonathan Terrell making some hires.
And tomorrow they're going to win the conference.
Yeah, tomorrow, 1 win away from winning the conference in football. My goodness. Pere will hand it off to Meathead. The ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Meathead's the only Tarpon in that pile. It would be amazing if he came away with it, and he did not. Dutchtown falls on the football. .330 and counting. The clock doesn't stop through the possession change. So by the time the teams retake the field and all that good stuff, it'll be inside of 3 minutes.
We got to start thinking about power player of the game.
Yeah, we sure do, don't
Ooh.
we? It's got to be tough. Stelter's still out there. Otan's still out there. Got a bunch of seniors out there. Respect the hell out of those seniors. You see they're fired up. They're trying to get one more stop for the road.
Luke Pere.
Yep.
In the game for the Tarpons.
.245 and counting. Dutchtown will take the clock down. They don't want to run a whole lot more plays. They want to get out of here, get into their field house. Woodward gets the handoff. He's breaking tackles, gets leveled and thrown for a loss. Brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. That was
Max Vedros.
Vedros who came up. I see 29 coming. Hey, my boy Grego in there. Greg Simino checking in for the Tarpons. I hope Grego makes a tackle.
Max Vedros had a pretty solid season
Yes, he did.
on defense for the Tarpons.
158 and counting here. Just another couple of snaps. Champagne with Woodward. They've got to hurry up. Play clock down to 3, 2, 1. They just get it off. Woodward on an inside give.
There you go, Luke.
Yep. Old Petrie with the stop, plugging up the hole in the middle.
Well, in case you know, we had a game where the clock was pretty well kept.
First one all year. The timekeeping has been rough this year on the Bayou, but it has been smooth sailing. And look, this Hammond officiating crew did an excellent job tonight. And it looks like it might be a victory formation, perhaps, or just a very deep shotgun. This will be our last snap. Or no, they're going to have to do one more after this, unless if they reset the play clock a little leniently. Champagne sits on it. It looks like they are resetting the play clock very leniently, and that will be
job well done.
That will be the end of the ball game. So congratulations to Dutchtown. They're going to the next round with a 42-0 win over South Lafourche. The Tarpons season will end with a 5-5 record. Let's catch a break. When we get back out of the break, we're going to give our Industrial Power Systems power player of the game and see our final goodbyes. Dutchtown gets a 42-0 win. We'll take a 2-minute break, Dominic, on KLEB. For those of you watching on Bayou Sports, we thank you so much for watching tonight. Our Billy Joe Brune Edison Schwest offshore bay tie of the game today will go to, oh my goodness gracious, we got so many to choose from. I'll go Miles Stelter. Yeah, he played his tail off tonight. He was really, really good. And you know what? It'll be a cop-out, but I'll give player of the game to all the Tarpon seniors who wrapped up their careers here tonight. Player of the game is brought to you by DTB Clothing. We'll get all those boys some T-shirts. I got a bunch of them, and we'll make sure that they wear them proud. Dutchtown gets a 42-0 win over South Lafourche. Good night, everybody. For Brian Colley, this is Casey Just Go signing off. Thanks for watching.